This is Zephyr with Combat Feed Media, feeding you with all things combat. I'm joined today by Adam Smith. Adam, how are you today, sir?
Really good. What a great day. We've had the weigh-in here. We've had a fantastic BoxRaw Sparring Club. There was one in New York a few weeks ago, then one in Riyadh. And Bethnal Green is the place to be. I mean, York Hall is a phenomenal venue. It's a place very close to my heart, to every, I think, fight fan's heart. It's the home of British boxing, and to have 18, 20 fighters out there, having a golden opportunity to perform in front of, the promoters and the ring people. Mike Coppinger is here, Rick Reno, Benn, Frank Smith, and it's like golden tickets, isn't it? Kurt Scooby got picked up off one of these shows, and look, he's fighting Adam Azim tomorrow night. So, really good entertainment. I think the crowd loved it, and great hors d'oeuvre before tomorrow.
So you would say, as an amateur right now, being in an event like this would be the most beneficial for your career in terms of promoters, in terms of catching someone's eye?
Yeah, I mean, there were mostly young professionals tonight, and also some that have got 12-0 records, and I just think that you've got to take your opportunities in this business. One of the guys actually who scored a knockdown, he fought 5 or 6 days ago, and he came back for this, which is great, and there was a lot of respect between them. Yes, they had 16-ounce gloves on. Yes, there was no winner or loser, but they went at it and they entertained us. They made themselves proud, and they put themselves in the shop window. And I think anything that gives you a little edge in this business, it's a tough business, and sometimes prospects can get hidden on small hall shows for a long time, not get they don't sell enough tickets, or they don't have the big promoter backing. And something like this, and someone can spring up. Look what happened to Fabio Wardley. 4 white collar fights. He started in something like this, not too dissimilar, and he's about to challenge Alexander Usyk for the heavyweight championship of the world. So, dreams can come true.
Speaking of Fabio Wardley, we have had that controversial outcome now with Joseph Parker testing positive. Any thoughts on that? What would you say?
Well, I don't know too much about it. I've just read what you've read. Joe's a friend of mine, and he's a wonderful fighter and human being, and very shocked and surprised to hear that news. And let's see what happens. I haven't sort of seen statements or anything official from the board or the governing bodies or whoever needs to make a statement about it. Obviously, there's no place for drugs in the sport, but let's just wait and see what happens and how it unfolds. I think people jump quickly on these things, and I think we just need to ascertain what it's all about. I mean, Joe, as I said, I know Joe very well, so very, very shocked and saddened to see it actually. But let's see what happens.
Well, ahead of tomorrow now, we do have the Eubank Jr and Benn 2 coming up. What did you think of the weigh-in first? Straight after that, the weigh-in and the face-off. What was your thoughts on that first?
Well, I think it's been a good week. I think it's ramped up. The press conferences were fun yesterday. Obviously, they weighed in this morning, and Chris was comfortably inside the middleweight limit. I think they've taken their time, Bomac and the team. I think he'll be in better physical condition, certainly through a really hard training camp. But we don't know until that bell goes what sort of Chris Eubank Jr is left. He's had a long career. It was an exhausting first fight, a phenomenal first fight with Conor Benn. But Conor is 7 years younger, and he's had that one fight at middleweight, and maybe he can go on from that. So it's a really fascinating encounter. I mean, I think Chris has looked very, very focused and serious this week, and Conor's very relaxed and a different animal to the first time around, where he looked almost too angry. So I don't know, we can all read lots into it, but fundamentally it's going to come down to who gets their tactics right on the night. Bomac got it right with the Liam Smith rematch, and Chris will be hoping that can happen again, but he's got to execute it. And Conor's got to try and stay on the leash with Tony Sims and not get too hot-headed. We want him to get hot-headed. We want a war, but I don't know, they're both better suited probably to executing their game plans more efficiently tomorrow night than they did in April. So maybe there won't be quite the drama there was in the first fight, but I think there will be pockets of fire. Tune into the Zone Saturday night and let's find out. The Benns need a victory, don't they? Can they get one?
Yeah, the Eubanks do have their number at the moment. A fight like that 7 months ago, it can take a toll of a fighter. It can't really take it out of you. Would you say it's a similar fight that you'd be from last time?
Look, it could be round 13. There's an old saying that a leopard doesn't change his spots, and I saw Conor Benn in here having a firefight with Cedric Peno many years ago when he was knocked down a couple of times, and he loves to scrap. He's like his dad, right? Nigel, who was knocked out of the ring by Gerald McClellan, somehow got back in and won that fight. And they fight like they are. They're all hearts on their sleeves, and the Eubanks are very different. They're very precise. They're very controlling. They know exactly how they want to execute things, the parliamentary procedure and all that. So let's see if Chris can get his tactics right with Bomac, or Tony and Conor with theirs, and whether we will get one of them trying to engage a bit more than the other. I just don't think Conor Benn can go 12 rounds without sort of losing the plot at some point, and that's what we want to see, because we want to see Conor have a rip-roaring rough ride with him. But he lost the first fight, so maybe that's not what Tony wants him to do.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Adam Smith, thank you so much for your time, sir.
Pleasure. Enjoy tomorrow.